On the Vampire Diaries, there was always a competition between the Salvatore brothers for Elena. She really didn't deserve either of them, but in the end, she ended up with Damon. They made it seem as though she made him a better vampire. But in reality, Damon was the better brother, not Stefan. Yes, Damon originally came on the scene as the villain of the story, and Stefan was the vampire with the heart of gold. But the more you learn this story, the more you learn that Stefan was to blame for Damon's antics. Stefan pushed him into being a vampire. Damon really didn't want to be one. It was Stefan who killed their father. And on top of everything else, the woman Damon loved preferred Stefan, even though he waited over 150 years, looking for ways to free her from captivity, just to find out she was free the whole time. Yes, Damon murdered Lexi, Stefan's only friend.
Oh my God.
Why?
It's part of the plan.
He did many reprehensible things, but he had a major redeeming factor. Damon had many best friends willing to ride or die for him. Like, either you hated Damon or you were his best friend. People who should have hated him loved him to death, so to speak. And that's because once Damon decides you are his friend, he will do anything for you and anything to save you. Whereas Stefan would do anything for Elena, even after she dumped him for his brother. There was Sheriff Forbes, who Damon befriended when they were both on the town council that was all about killing vampires. Even after she discovered he was actually a vampire, they continued their friendship.
Relax, guys. No one's killing anybody. You're my friend. We gotta clean this up.
He was even there for her when she was dying of cancer and stayed with her until the end.
Liz Forbes was my friend. In her last moments, she asked me to pass along a message to her daughter. But I cut her off before she could say too much. Told her she could tell Caroline herself. But she didn't get that chance. Your mom wanted you to know how proud of you she was. And she should be. You're a beautiful, strong woman. A generous friend. And a bright light in a sea of dark. She said you were extraordinary. And you are. And so is she.
There was Alaric who came to town specifically to kill Damon because he was certain that he killed his wife, Elena's birth mother. Then he discovered Damon hadn't killed her, just turned her into a vampire by her request. Sometime after that, they became friends and they lived through many crises and Alaric dying and coming back to life multiple times.
I should be long gone by now. I didn't get the girl, remember? I'm just stuck here fighting with my brother and taking care of the kids. You owe me big.
I miss you too, buddy.
There was Bonnie, who hated him for years until they were stuck in an isolated prison world together for months and became best friends. When Bonnie sacrificed herself to save Damon after Kai sabotaged their chance to leave, Damon made it his mission to get her back. After that, they were ride or die.
I said no!
Well, maybe your body will give up first.
leaving Elena Gilbert to wake up in a world without her lover or best friend.
Shut up!
For the last time, release Damon, or risk losing more than him.
He's right, Bond. You gotta let me go.
Not gonna.
Please, let go, Bond. Or I will.
Damon, don't you dare! Don't.
There was Enzo, who was held captive with Damon and experimented on by the Augustine Society years ago. Damon was able to get free, but Enzo was left for dead. But eventually he came back into Damon's life and was yet another best friend.
But he's cranky. It's been almost 8 hours since you last fed, so I suppose that's about right.
You timing me?
You feed on vampires now. I am a vampire. The only way to assure my safety is to know how long you can last before your next fix.
Or you can just leave.
I don't abandon my friends, Damon. Besides, if you hadn't come with me to kill Dr. West, he wouldn't have stuck you with that nasty virus.
And yet, Stefan only had Lexi, and of course, Klaus. Klaus, who encouraged his baser instincts. Stefan had an uncontrollable lust for blood. So much so that he would periodically become a ripper for years at a time, followed by years of remorse. The most redeeming thing about Stefan was Lexi. And she was the only person they never brought back from the dead. Stefan had more enemies than friends. When Damon and Stefan offered themselves up to Cade to save Alaric's twins, Damon did the job because he had to. Stefan went on to enjoy it, turning his back on Caroline and everyone he so-called cared about, while Damon was trying to find a way out alone. Damon was better than Stefan because he didn't have this holier-than-thou attitude that Stefan did. He never pretended to be better than what he was. He just was better. Although he had the same Elena above all else flaw, he was able to expand that into a small circle of people that he was also willing to fight for. Stefan was just plain trash. Many times he turned his back on the people he so-called cared for in order to feed his own bloodlust. Oh, he was always remorseful in the end, but after months of bad behavior. I used to like Stefan over Damon, but then the first time he became a ripper during the show, while Damon was the one exhibiting self-control, changed my perception of the brothers. I realized one brother had actual goodness while the other had the perception of it. To paraphrase Pride and Prejudice.
Poor Mr. Darcy. Poor Mr. Wickham. There is such an expression of goodness in his countenance. Yes, I'm afraid one has all the goodness and the other all the appearance of it.
Do you agree that Stefan is just trash, plain trash? Or are you some kind of masochist? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you know the next time I upload or go live. Thanks.